Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel. It's Krista here to do your October 2019 tarot reading forecast. I hope that you enjoyed your September 2019 tarot reading as well. If you're new, even if you're not, you can follow me on Instagram. I upload daily free tarot readings every single day on my Instagram, and you can follow me at RadicalAngel33. For personal reading, my contact information is in the description for the video below. I'm on Facebook as well. You can look me up, Radical Angel Esoterica on Facebook. All right, so Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Ooh. What is going on for October for Sagittarius? Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, October 2019. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. Sagittarius. Sagittarius in Libra season. This should be interesting. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, October 2019. All right, folks, 4 card spread today. I will be using bottom of the deck cards for general energy for the month. And as always, we will get jumper cards from each of the 4 oracle decks for additional information for the month for you. Wow, okay, so you might, if you don't have Scorpio energy or the sign Scorpio in your own first 5 or 6 planets of your own chart, give the Scorpio reading a view anyway, just because they have some similar energy here with regard to what may be holding you back, and some underlying energy as well. Even if you do have Scorpio energy, you might be served by looking at both of these. But again, we're dealing with a lot of major arcana again. 1, 2, 3 out of the 6 cards we're using today. So I will say kind of what I did for really what I would for any major arcana, group around a minor arcana group. It's always going to trump the minor arcana, even though we're dealing with possibly a person here, or at least a little bit more complicated energy here with the Knight. But between the Hanged Man, the World, and the Moon, what are some major themes around these cards if we were just to piece these together, right? So 1, 2, 3 is how I'm going to read them, because that was bottom of the deck. Would be, surrender or sacrifice for the higher good here, or a new perspective on something will help change your mind or shift your perspective on your own intuition, your own deepest desires, your own hidden even talents or fears here with the Moon. We could be dealing with a Pisces or 12th house energy here with the Moon as well. And of course, this is self-undoing. These could be addictions. This could be sacrificial behavior. This could be unhealthy, but if we're aware of what we're doing, we can make it work for us. So there could be a level of awareness that may be available to you, or that you're being called to pay attention to, particularly in the month of October here, Sagittarius. I didn't really expect to see this, but yeah, I think you have to see something clearly here in order to step into the next phase of bringing very possibly your own, say, dreams, desires, wishes, goals. I would even add the term subconscious, like what you subconsciously want to emit or to actualize here is available to you if you are able to get over something or surrender to something here. And it's so curious that, of course, it's mirroring the 3 of Pentacles. It could just be work, getting out of your own way, asking for assistance at this time. Very interesting to see this here for you. And so energy that's just under the Moon, for example, is walking away emotionally from something that doesn't serve you anymore. I think a lot of this might be getting out of your own way. And because we do have this as the situation, right? Overthinking or some negative or pessimistic thoughts or beliefs here, this is literally what's holding you up. It's literally, whether it's your voice or someone else's voice coming in, they're just like, no, you can't do this, or no, I can't do this, that type of thing. It's like that's all that's necessary to keep you exactly where you are. You need to step away from this because something much, much greater awaits you, and you do have a higher calling here. Let's see why I would be saying that. So this is energy you're just moving out of. I think that you've been working on something perhaps with at least one other person here, or there could be a third party situation involved with a surrender or a sacrifice that you need to make here. But I do think it's important in order to step into the next phase of your personal development. In fact, I don't even think it's going to be upsetting or, you know, unforeseen to you. I think that you're going to be able to figure it out. And it just occurred to me right now as well that it could be a matter of the surrender or sacrifice involves bringing someone else into the situation that you wanted to do, say, on your own, or that you thought you had all the answers to, or that you thought would be, you know, evident by now, but there's something that's still behind the scenes. Like I said, you can make this work for you. You can definitely make this work for you. But leveling up is really, really essential, as at least in terms of your advice or your outcome card is leveling up. So it's so curious that we have this as well, because this is also, you know, time spent, effort and time spent, right? Like physical exertion on a project or a situation, a love affair, whatever the situation is, right? Sagittarius, I'm reading for hundreds of you. So whatever your story is at the time that you're watching this, it could be that you need to switch up how you're working on something by letting go of an ego situation. That I don't even understand kind of what that means. I just know that's just how it came out. I think there's something deeper inside of you that perhaps you're not paying attention to, or perhaps needs to come out. And I think the reason it isn't here with the present, like I said, or the challenge is, you know, self-imposed limitations. Like I said, this could be a person. It could be an individual who is an air sign, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, or just someone with those qualities. But it is a communication, right? It's an idea or a concept or a even a learning environment. It could be an issue of communication or miscommunication. This could also indicate someone who is spying or who would like to spy, but it also indicates someone who requires or needs more information or is in search of more information. And it's so curious, right? Because we have like this hard work and it's low on the totem. And I'm thinking here, it's just a matter of, you know, I think we need to jack this up. I think we need to jack up the effort into, say, you know, an 8, 9, or 10. And that way we can exceed these limitations, right? Having to pause, having to surrender, having to, you know, take a second glance, having to maybe check our egos, maybe having to check our worldviews or opinions. I think if this were jacked up a little, let's pretend this was a little higher, 8, 9, or 10 of Pentacles, I don't think we'd be seeing the Hangman here. I think we'd be seeing the Empress or the Magician or even the Fool here, right? Because all the doors would be opening up for you instead of you having to take a pause. So, and the reason I'm saying that as well is because your outcome is the universe is encouraging you. It's inviting you. It's making room for you to exceed or excel or to have grown past where you currently are, right? The world is next. It's leveling up. It's next phase. It's okay. Let's look at the terms like frequency, right? Let's look at how radio waves, frequency, vibrations, you know, if we think of terms in those types of terms, you know, where is your frequency? What is your vibration? Are you thinking practically about what you need to do to level up, right? I mean, I think you on some level are here, at least maybe mentally. I think you have more work to do maybe mentally here, but there is some there's a practical situation here that appears to be too young or at the early stages. And this could even be going on and you're like, yeah, I know. I think I see this because I know I had to make a sacrifice and I'm going to work harder on it. I just need to get behind the scenes. I needed to listen to what was really behind the scenes or in my heart. Or I needed to be able to, again, with the sacrifice or surrender, I need to be able to walk away from what it is I expected, right? What did you expect? That type of thing. And this doesn't have to be romance. It doesn't have to be a love situation. It can be job or career or academics or an art project. It could be a health situation, whatever this is for you, Sagittarius. But it's almost like your expectations weren't or aren't being met, and you're allowed to move away from that. You're allowed to go deeper into your own personal frequency here. What is 12th house for you? What is Pisces energy here for you? Yes, I mean, Cancer rules the moon, but in the tarot, it is ruled by Pisces. Nonetheless, they're both water signs. I do believe there's a lot of emotional energy, emotional currents, vibration, waves, okay? So this language could be very important to you in the month of October as well. What wave are you riding? What ocean do you want to be in, right? Where do you want to find yourself? How deep is your water? How deep are your emotions? How, are you familiar with these? Is this someplace you need to go? Is your dream state, can you realize your dream world? Are you conscious, or are you willing to become aware of your subconscious? Like, are you willing to look at your own archetypal, say, patterns and behaviors and personal development and communication style, even if it's to yourself, your own self-narrative. So, I mean, this is not a piddly little reading, energetically speaking. Honestly, Sagittarius, this is the most, I would say there's the greatest leap that's available to you here in this reading for the month of October out of all the other signs I've read for so far. There is a great personal development that is available to you here as well. I think ultimately, though, like in a very literal sense, I think there is relief to be found with either recognizing what your own subconscious, becoming familiar with your subconscious so that you can use it to your advantage, right? The Eight of Cups is a very, very empowering card, right? It looks like maybe you lost something. These turned up together. It looks like, oh, you must be you're walking away from something, so you must have lost, but you're definitely taking a treasure chest with you, right? So this is a win-win. You move away from something that doesn't work for you anymore, and you have like loot. You have a lot of wealth to take with you. So maybe don't be afraid of this so much either. Maybe the emotional world or the subconscious or the dream state or even parts you don't like about yourself, your emotional self, if they're difficult to reach or touch for some reason. I mean, maybe that in itself is a reason to get in touch with it, right? It's because it is hard or difficult or unfamiliar. But very much behind the scenes is another major terminology behind the moon, right? Behind the scenes, the shadow self, the dark night. Some other terms are along with the moon as well. Recall, obviously, it's the opposite of the sun as well. So this is the night, anything associated with the night. This is, I would even say, go so far as to say feminine energy. Pisces is even a feminine sign, right? Whereas the sun is masculine energy. So this could be also receptive. What are you receiving? What are you pulling? What are you conscious of receiving? And perhaps what do you need to become conscious of receiving? Let's move on. So we have the soulmate and playfulness. Yes, this is your soulmate. And to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Nowhere in this reading does it show me at all that you are lacking in a sense of spontaneity or passion or enjoyment or, self-development is a major, major theme for you here. So, I mean, your soulmate could be really anyone. I also include animals in our soulmate universe. So it could be a family member, could be an animal, could be a coworker, could be someone you haven't seen in a long time. Could be someone you just met, right? So yeah, soulmate situation. Also, if this is about leveling up so that you do meet your soulmate or you become more in touch with them, this could play a part in it as well. And, you know, this is your natural state. I don't think you have to do anything unnatural here, Sagittarius. I hope that's relief. You don't have to do anything unnatural this month. You can just be yourself. Be your sweet, open-hearted, effervescent self, because there's really not any other sign that I would consider youthful and spirited or fun, Sagittarius. I'm not Sagittarius, but I love Sagittarius people, and I love the energy it gives. And I mean, you're the philosopher. What's there not to like? You're the philosopher. It's a beautiful thing, and you're a fire sign, so you're gonna give your opinion, and I just really enjoy it. I think we need it. But yeah, stay playful. Here we have porcupine. There could be an issue or a matter of innocence here as well, or you're being asked to recall a sense of innocence. Maybe things have gotten too crazy. Maybe things are so open and overt and in your face. Maybe everything is sun energy. Maybe everything is too obvious and spelled out for you. And it sucks the fun out of it somehow. Maybe there is something to, you know, a mystery, right? Maybe there is innocence and mystery and the quiet and the dark and the hidden and the unknown. I mean, this can be exciting. It doesn't have to be scary. It can be exciting. It can cause a revelation. It can be freeing. But ultimately, Sagittarius, it's yours. It is definitively yours, right? So we have 2 more decks to get jumpers from. We have our Healing with the Angels Oracle here. That's a little bit too many. I would just like 1 if possible. They're turning over in 3s. We'll see if I can get 1. Can I get 1 card here? Wow. Okay. So Sag, if you have any Scorpio in your chart, please watch your Scorpio reading. Seriously, you have a lot of the same cards, including this guy here. Or this could just be a matter of like the later signs having this type of focus in their lives in Libra season, right? In October. So Archangel Michael makes himself available to any of us when we need extra help or when we need guidance, when we need protection, frankly. I rely on Archangel Michael a lot. I pray to him every day. You don't have to be religious or even a spiritual person to reach out to this type of entity. And if you have your own, say, a guardian angel or your own favorite archangel, Mother Mary or Jesus or Source or whatever, God, like whatever you want to call that, you can reach out. It'll help ground you as well, especially if you're floundering or getting off track or early in the phase of something here. And you want to reach the, you know, the pinnacle of, say, you know, what surrender or sacrifice has to give to you. And again, I'm suggesting that it isn't going to be a sacrifice of much except for perhaps your own outdated opinion of yourself. And I think things are going to move fairly rapidly after you get rid of that. But Archangel Michael is here to remind you that you're safe, that you're protected, and that if you need extra support, you can call on him. You can even phrase it in a really simple way as well, like Archangel Michael, please provide my heart peace and tranquility as I move through a difficult time right now. You know, however you want to phrase that, just make it really succinct and, you know, also have faith that things are going to work out for you. Look at what we're finishing up with here, Sagittarius. We have the Peace card. Absolutely stunning. I do think at least by the end of the month for you, you are going to have an inner peace that you didn't have at the beginning, and they'll be through a lot of self-assessment and, like I said, evaluation, assessment, and understanding and acknowledgement and appreciation here for what you really have to offer and what you, not only yourself, but to others, like as a public force, right? A lot of people really rely on your energy and your attitudes and your free-spiritedness, your playfulness, right? So, you know, don't dampen that. Let other people bring that out in you, but also be honest about your own emotional needs and, you know, make small moves toward this Hanged Man here, which is, like I said, which is really saying, you know, perspective. We're going to look at the big picture here. Peace is yours. War is over if we want, right? And that can be an inner war for you, my dear Sagittarius. So if you have a second, comment below. I love hearing from you guys, and I love reading for you. So I hope that you enjoyed your monthly reading, Sagittarius. Like and share my videos, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Take excellent care, guys. Bye for now.